Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Shooting the Shelf. I am really hung up because, there's always this debate on is it GIF or GIF when you're talking about like the memes, the animated memes. And then I see our friend. I know you're gonna. Well, I can, or one of us is gonna go through and call out the chat. But Michael Casper's here, and he says, "I'm assuming if it's GIF, this is Gens." And if people are really, you might say generous, not generous, I don't know. But welcome to the show, folks. I'm just having an existential crisis over pronunciations. Nothing new to see here. Hope everybody's having a great night.
You just
Curtis,
decided to choose that fight right off the bat, huh? Like that's what we're going.
I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just that's just happening in my head. So like,
Okay.
It's a peek behind the curtain, looking under the carpet, whatever.
Gotcha. Carpet matching the drapes. Got you.
No, I don't have drapes.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, that's gonna backfire.
Good stuff.
Yes. So here we are. We're here. There's a show. It's episode 19 of what we're calling season 4. I believe that's 149 episodes at this point. If the math is adding up, I forgot to add my little legacy block to the description there.
I saw that Legion's Lounge, like their next episode is going to be their 100th, and I was like, that's interesting that we just I guess that's what happens when you're consistent. You just blow right by those other guys.
They also do it every other week.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
but I mean, everybody's saying I woke up and chose violence. I mean,
me fighting with Trevor is just kind of a natural thing. Plus, I said nice things to him today, so I've got to offset it because we're still 6 months out from Legion. Okay. I don't get really nice to him till like October. So,
I guess that's very generous of you.
It is generous. I try to think of myself as a generous person.
Yes. Very jiving of your time and opinions. Yeah. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing a show. We're live.
You live. There's a show. The chat?
If you are up to it.
Sure. We got Blake, aka Recon Rage, newest member of the OffWorld team, FYI. He's now in the OffWorld chat. He's shown up a couple weeks in a row, and we've had we'll just say poor attendance. So Joe's instituted a demerit system. We're probably going to be firing some people due to attendance. But Blake has made the cut, so he's in. So welcome, Blake. We got Thomas Belay here in the house. We got Guaisagwe Echevarria.
Pretty sure that's Jaisagwe.
Might be. Definitely got Michael Casper. You already mentioned that. We got Twizzler19. Jesse Marshall is here. We've got Jen Sayak, aka Lucky Sprinkles. Darla Akerman is here. I know her. We've got Crom 316. Legion's Ladies is here. Brian Carr, Tanya. I think if she's Legion's lady, she's pulling double duty, but it may be somebody else. We'll see. Let's see. We got William Husted in the house. Jeremy Govier. He was doing some painting at IshCon today. I think somebody won a set last night on PGG, and he was painting it up live in person at IshCon. So I did hear, though, that when they were trying to paint at IshCon, they had trouble. There wasn't enough lighting, and it's probably because they didn't talk to Brian Lynn, who is the keeper of the light. We all know. So Kevin McCoy is here. So we got 2 McCoys in the house. Guaisagwe says Jen or us. So
I don't know that. Is that a dinosaur? I'm not familiar with that one.
It might be. What's that one dinosaur that I thought you made the name up of? Like,
I don't I mean, I
something
don't remember.
Momosaurus or something. It was like,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, yes.
it was like something that I was like, did you just make that up? And you're like, no, that's its actual name, but it does sound like it. Like, okay. Dusty Standiford in the house. He also has recently joined the OffWorld ranks. So welcome, Dusty. We also on Friday night we showed off a bunch of the pictures that he is doing for what we're going to call Lil Legions at Legions Con. And they are quite adorable. So normally I wouldn't advise anybody check out OffWorld, but in this instance, you could turn it on and just go to that part where you start seeing the drawings, check that out, and then turn it off because the rest is just total shit show. We got Steph here. What's up, Steph? David Williams in the house. Next show that you go to with David, make sure you get one of David's heads. Put on a headhunter. Looks awesome. Scrolling, and I think that is everybody. Crom says, will you be selling capes at Legions Con this year, Darla? Yes, we sell capes at 2 shows a year, and that is Mesquite Con and Legions Con. So we will have them there. She was working on capes today, actually. So,
and just for your clarity, in case it's not put together, that was our guest Mark from last week.
Ah, gotcha. And his God laughs at the 4 winds, just so you know.
Yes, that's spelled with a C, so it's technically Shram.
Oh, okay. Jeremy says those little Legions seriously have me considering getting my daughter out to Legions Con. That's the idea. The whole thing with Legions Con, you know, people started bringing their wives. They started bringing their kids. It's becoming more a family event. So we're trying to just kind of foster more of that. And yeah, Dusty's been doing an amazing job. And actually, you know what? I've got that slideshow still, so I will pull that up when we get through shelf selections. And we'll show that off because more people to see it. So and we got a $5 super chat from Kevin Maboots. Says shoot your shelves. So just make sure that you got
with
some
a camera, not a gun.
I mean, you can shoot it with a gun. Just make sure you have a backup plan. Hit IKEA or something or whatever.
I mean, we are not advocating for you to destroy your collections.
I mean, you do what you want, whatever makes you happy. So,
sure, but that's not what. Yeah. So hey, we've got Curtis's favorite thing. We've got a friend or 2 coming on tonight.
Yeah,
with us here presently, and oddly, not 2 cameras, just 1 camera, because it's the triple. It's
2 people, 1 camera. 3 lens.
That's
1, 2,
right.
3.
So, why don't we get our hands together for a digital welcome to the one and only Bryan and Stacey Lynn.
Stacey Lynn. Show the proper
Curtis's favorite thing. She had to be here, so you know.
Especially now that I found out that somebody calls her Lynn. Yeah,
bring a spouse or 2. I mean, that's true.
If you're in Utah,
some of you can.
Works.
Some of us can't.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. You glitched.
My brain is trying to interact here, but I'm reading the chat, and it's like it's very distracting. I'm sorry.
That's why I advise nobody ever reads. So it's one of the reasons.
David Williams is here, and he likes your shirt. Somebody. I'm guessing it's Bryan wearing the David Williams shirt. So yeah.
Although
I realized I was walking down the street to dinner tonight. I walked around the street to a diner. I'm wearing a black shirt and it's got my Meep logo on it. And the way it's on my stomach, I'm like, man, I'm like a little fat Care Bear walking around here with like a pink bunny is my.
Because you got the circle in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's awesome. I love that.
All right. Well, enough of that. Here at the top of the show, we like to do a little thing we call shelf selections.
Yep. And I didn't put the slides together, so I don't know who's first, but we'll see.
Mine are first because we have the same amount of pictures. You just have 2 pictures from the same person.
Gotcha.
So as to keep the flow every other, I started off with one of mine.
Gotcha. I love your flow.
Yeah, so yeah. So folks, for those of you who don't know, this is where we have both picked stuff from usually Instagram during the week that have stood out to us, inspired us. We just thought were cool, whatever. And try to share them with you so you can add them to the things you follow on Instagram to make your feed cooler and, not just people like doing challenges and like insurance ads or whatever it is you get. So first up is one from one of our buddies overseas, Faisal. He had some really, he's always got some really epic shots, but this one, I just really liked that kind of perspective where it just looks like a heroic team on a quest, looking over they've gotten to the final ridge before they head down into the villains, domain or whatever. And I just thought this was really cool.
Yeah. I love, everything that him and Elijah, I know we talk about Kevin Boots, just kind of walking in nature and doing photos and like just so cool. I need to do more of that. I think it would be really nice exercise and at the same time like enjoying your toys. So I think it's really cool. I've done some of it, but yeah, these guys do a fabulous job. And this is a great picture from Faisal. Yeah, I love how this came out. So Lynn's, what do you think?
I think it's cool because it's like so simple. Like there's really not much there, but it looks really cool. Like it looks fitting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Totally.
It kind of gives you that Lord of the Rings vibes, like when they're walking on the mountainside and everything, and you see the scenery out behind. It just has that epic look, like Jesse's saying, like they're getting ready to go and get into some stuff.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
As soon as you said Lord of the Rings, that horn theme just started playing in my head. So,
alrighty. Next, I'm guessing is one of mine. And yeah, this is the 2-picture one. Featured this gentleman a few times now. Because man, his paint jobs are just absolutely stunning. And here is an Apocalypse head that he did for the Marvel Legends one that was out not too long ago. And man, this thing came out fantastic. I love the depth, the highlights, like the gums on this are just ridiculous. And then the teeth look so like, they look like ivory. Like they're just, I don't know. Everything about this is great, including just the evil glare in the eyes. So yeah, did a great job with this. Killed it.
I thought this was like a Mondo or something huge. I did not think this was a Marvel Legend. The fact that he got that much detail, was that a 3D head or is that the head?
I think it's a 3D head sculpt. Yeah.
Okay.
But on the Marvel Legends body. Yeah.
Still, was this the guy that did the Peter Parker and the Gambit that we looked?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the Ghost Rider one that was crazy.
Yeah. It like, I want to see him do the rest of the body because that body does not do that head justice. That's not to belittle the people that painted it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's just the factory paint. And, it's awesome.
Well, and actually after our last episode that we featured.
What was that?
Can you hear me? Can you not hear me?
What did you say?
Actually, after our last episode that we featured him, he messaged me to say that several folks had started following him after the show, which is awesome. That's what we ask people to do, is if you see something that you like on here, to follow the folks. But he even had a few people reach out and say, like, hey, I love your work, saw it featured on Shooting the Shelf, and you did a great job. And like, he messaged me and was just so thankful. He's like, I just, as an artist, sometimes you don't know, if people are appreciating your work and stuff, and it meant a whole lot. So So that's cool. You guys out there are doing the right things. You're following folks. You're recognizing them. So great job. Lynn's thoughts on this one?
I like the detail, like on the wrinkles, like the shading and everything, and the mouth looks really cool.
Bryan?
Yeah, it looks great. Like it's crazy because like you see the close up and it's like Jesse said, it's got to be a Mondo. Then you see the pulled back and it's just a Marvel Legend. It's like nuts. It's crazy how people can get that much detail out of little sculpts like that.
Yeah, good stuff. Jesse's is next.
So this is from Figured Wood, Figured_Wood. This is just a fun action scene. You know, you've got Sir Adalric and the skeletons coming in. It vaguely reminds me of the energy, not necessarily the quality, but the energy of the scene of that movie, The Musketeer, that came out in like the early 2000s. Where it was like the same fight choreography that did all, like, I think some of the Matrix stuff. So it was a lot of crazy kind of like, you know, Asian martial arts style moves and stuff. And there's an opening fight in like a tavern, and this kind of reminds me of that, but with a spear. And I want to see this in live action now. I just thought they really captured it. And it's got like a nice warm, like kind of cozy vibe to the space, despite the action that's going on in it. I really dig that.
I like how it feels like he's using the shield kind of as a bashing weapon. I love when people fight with a shield rather than just using it to defend. And it really feels like he's kind of shoving this guy with that shield, which is cool. At the same time, though, I think he's not going to fare well in this battle. I don't think. I mean, Adalric's kind of a fancy boy, and I don't know. I think these skeletons are going to have his number. So, but we'll see. Lynn's.
I like how like it has all this stuff on the floor. Like has the stool knocked over and all the other stuff, like the cup. It just really, I think, brings it all together.
For sure. Yeah. Looks like a Trevor photo where people would say, is all this stuff included? Because if not, then, then I'm not buying it, and Trevor needs to be fired. So but no, great shot. I even love the, like, you've got the head and kind of claws of the Turpiculi, like just I don't know if he's trying to climb through the window or if he's just peeking, but I don't know, but it's funny.
It's like the dog outside that just really wants to be part of it.
Right.
Like that's the part that caught my eye. I was like, he's so good with these skeletons in there until the Tuperculi gets in there, but how's the Tuperculi going to fit through that little window?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next one is one of mine. And I saw this on Facebook first in the Cabal, and I had to actually go and find it on Instagram to use a shelf selection because I was like, dude, this is just so good. Like this looks completely out of a movie. Like this feels like the newest like zombie movie coming out or whatever, like in theaters. It just looks fantastic, man. This is from Toy Immersion on Instagram, and he always does great photography anyways, but this thing just blew me away. How great this looks. So
getting the scale and, you know, to get the water to look like proportionate, to get those little drops, whether they're photoshopped or they're actually on there, whatever he did, to get it to look, I mean, it just looks, you know, it looks the right size. Like the tension on the water is great. And the eye, it looks like that scene in the movie, like you were saying, where like you think it's dead and it's the slow zoom in and the eye just bursts open to let you know, like it's still alive and coming after you. Yeah, this is fantastic. I actually had this one in my stack of ones to use. And when you sent it over, I was like, sweet, I can get a different one.
I get an extra. Lynn's thoughts on this one?
It looks real. Like it really looks like it's still from a movie.
Yeah, I love it. I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron always does amazing photography. Like everything he pulls off is always like that level, like where you think it could be like a movie or.
Yeah. Yep, and getting kudos from Trevor there, so that's pretty high praise. All right, Jesse.
This is from our buddy Dub3. Let's start a photo over on Instagram. This is just King Noglin just snuggling up with his blanket of gold bars. I think you call that a weighted blanket. He just looks like he's tucking in for a nice spring nap. I just thought this was really fun, so I had to throw it on there.
Yeah, this is cool. I would have liked to see a little snag with this too, just with all the golden stuff, just like maybe like kind of poking his head around the corner or something. I don't know. But I don't know where. Do you know where these bars came from? Do you recognize those from anything?
I don't know. Maybe Lilliput.
I don't know what that is, but
someone's gonna get that in the chat.
Okay. I mean, they're really cool. I think it would be cool to just have those like for a display piece or something. But yeah, this is really neat. I like it a lot. Lynn's?
Yeah, it looks really cool. He always does such great photography.
I like how he always pulls off those little fun shots. Like he always does those like little, the little like side fun shots like this, and they're always great. That's one of the best things William does is he does great pictures, but he always has those fun little side pictures like this.
Plus his PGG song is one of the best. So,
so
that's it.
So those are miniature Toblerone candies.
Miniature?
I'm just kidding.
Toblerone.
I made that up.
Oh.
I was like, really?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know
those are really, really small.
Yeah. Jesse, you scamp.
I mean, I know William grabs a lot of like miniature. I know he's gotten some of those like bookshelves, and he finds a lot of miniature stuff like from Amazon and things. So I'm sure if you hit him up, he'll be able to reference where he got those from. Or he, I wouldn't put it past him to smelt those himself.
Yeah, he may say, hey, this is a trick of the trade, and I'm not telling you, get lost. So
there's only a show that, could find that out, how they did that.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I think that hack guy does that. I'll have to see if he can make a recommendation to him or something. All right, this is my next one, and this is, I'm going to say Kong V Coin, KHANG V Coin. And I never thought of Dubon being a Templar, but now I feel like I need a Dubon Templar in my life. And I love this setup here. I love this dio, just kind of like, almost like either you're about ready to go into battle or you've just left battle. And this is that quick little rest that you get like before the next one. Right. It's really well done. I love the setup. You've got this guy in front that's with the Elijah head on the Dubon body that is kind of, I think, scouting around and making sure that nothing sneaks up on him, and then Dubon in the background just chilling, waiting for the next fight. So
I think Templar Dubon is getting wasted. He's got his gourd up, like his like drinking gourd, not. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's just
I love
sip,
I like the swap. I love his head with the gray hood and cape on the Templar body. I think that's a really cool look. Like you were saying, maybe he's more of a scout Templar or Ranger Templar or something that's out just doing some dirty stuff. But yeah, I love it. I love the story because there's like the bones laying there. So whatever shelter or ruins they're camping out at, it's definitely the site of an old battle, and I just think that's really it's really cool, and a nice simple swap of parts that really changes those characters up
for sure. Lynn's.
I think it's cool. I was looking more like Dubon. He just finished fighting that skeleton that's on the ground, and he's tired. He's taking a drink, and the other one's watching out, making sure nobody else is coming.
Yeah, that works. Checking the comments in the chat.
Yeah, I totally forgot skeletons were a thing for a moment, that they could fight.
Yeah,
might have just recently died. So even though one of my pictures is
All right. Next one is one of Jesse's.
So this is is it Dio Arts AK? He does a lot of like pop and swap and is doing some customs. I believe he's from somewhere over in Germany or Belgium or something. I'm not sure. And I just thought this was a fun swap with the Chimera 2-neck peg neck, and it just stuck out as like, okay, that's an interesting take, and I liked it, so I picked it.
I wanted to see a blue duck, and so I made a blue duck.
Exactly.
Jesse, it's an excellent blue duck. You just passed the first grade. No, this is cool. I like, anytime that people are playing with their parts and coming up with stuff. It seems like that has I don't know, like some bronze-ish color to the armor. So I'm not sure what he's done to this or what body this started out as. But I like the color of the armor as well.
Yes.
Lynn's.
It's interesting. Like with the two heads. I think it's pretty cool. I wouldn't have ever thought of that.
I'm gonna have to make sure I'm following this one.
I've
Bryan,
seen people do the double neck peg like thing from the Chimera on like the Torpicula, but I haven't seen them really do it too much with like an actual like armature figure as much.
Yeah,
So it's kind of interesting to see it like that.
It was just normal skeleton heads.
Yeah.
Not monsters. It's really fun.
Right.
the Toodles. Next is one of mine. And I found this account, followed it, obviously, because that's what you do. And the first picture that I saw was a Gambit and a Rogue picture, similar kind of fashion. And I picked it at first, and then I was like, I don't want to choose violence. I don't want to, trigger Jesse. And I saw this photo, and I thought this one was actually better anyway. So I was like, I'm gonna pick this one. But yeah, I mean, some really great shots on this account. So it's a new one for me, but this is Chase_Evergreen80. So, but yeah, it looks really awesome. So, Jesse.
I agree. I saw this and I couldn't wait I didn't want to like linger looking at it when you sent it, because I was like, I just want to appreciate it on the show. I love the lighting, the pose. Again, just getting this with Marvel Legend figures. I think this is a great, tragic, iconic couple from the X-Men comics, and you can pick the Rogue and Gambit pictures if you want. I'm not going to come after you. I might make a little honestly better, but I'll leave it alone. So, yeah. But I don't think these two get enough love in like toy photography and stuff anymore. So I like seeing this. This is really nice, and I will make sure I'm following when I do the recap.
Woohoo! And I don't know, maybe a hot take. I'm not sure. I really like Storm's white outfit better. I know that a lot of people don't, but I think it looks cool. So
better than what?
Than the black one or some of the other costumes that she's had over the years. So like, this is my favorite costume of hers. So
it's supposed to be silver, but whatever.
I know. Lynn.
I like it. It looks really intimate. I really like her hair in that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the guy is, though. I'm bad at X-Men, but I know that's Storm.
That's Forge with her.
I've never even heard of him. Sorry, I failed, guys.
You're all right.
He is I believe he's Cherokee or Apache. I don't remember which. And his mutant powers, like, he can basically build anything. He's just like really smart, really like technologically savvy.
Cool. Bryan.
Yeah, like she said, it's really intimate. The eye contact really tells a lot in this picture. It really adds the emotion to it. It's a great pick. Great poses.
Yeah, I love the use of the alternate hand on the Storm there, like kind of like reaching out like that. Like that's really cool. So, all right, next one's Jesse's.
was gonna say, if you go back to that real quick, my
Yeah.
my cheesy mind is
Mhm.
telling me that she's saying, you know what happens to a forge when it's struck by lightning?
Same thing as everything else. All right. How about it, Jesse?
So I think this is the last one. I believe this is also toy immersion.
Yep, we're doubling up on them. We haven't done that often,
Yep,
but here we go.
I saw this one. I don't know if it was last week or earlier, and I really wanted to pick it. If you go look at it, there are some behind the scenes shots of how they got it in the water with the reflection and everything. I just thought that was really, really cool. Thank you, Cheyenne. I knew I was getting it wrong. Thank you for clarifying. But I just love this picture. I thought it just, great pose. It's, pretty much mirrored right off the art on the box, and with the tree and everything. This is probably one of my favorite pictures. Sorry, Trevor. I like yours a lot too, but this one is probably my favorite Ganesha picture I have seen thus far.
I love the kind of the foggy, mystical nature of it, like just the atmosphere. I don't know how to use my words to describe it, but like it just feels very mystical, the whole thing. And then the water with the little droplets and just kind of a little subtle wave and stuff like this. Yeah, it's just really cool. I mean, obviously the pose we've seen, this pose done with several other folks, and but just the whole how everything came together, I think looks really nice.
It almost looks like a painting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
I
see
like
that.
the reflection in the water too.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, it gives that figure the feel that it should have, like a peaceful and tranquil and relaxing, and it just, he captures all that with this picture.
For sure. All right. I think that is it for shelf selections.
It sure is.
So, and I know we've got some other things to go through, but first, let me throw this up from this is Jesse when he picks me up for a ride. So
Well done.
Yeah, I try. And we talked about this last week, but the D13 fundraiser is still going on. So if you're interested, go to dirksdesignsandcustoms.com and you can pick up your Chris head. All proceeds go to help for the tariff hit that Chris had for Biblical Adventures. There's also some folks in the community that are painting these up, and the sale of those will also go to Chris. So yeah, yeah. Jesse's sworn at you. So, and then was there something else? Is the next slide for this too, or is that something else?
That's for our conversation with the Lynn's.
Okay. Well, then let me take that down real quick. I'm gonna remove. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can just put this up. This is the thing that I was talking about from Dusty. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on all of these, but Dusty is working on these cute pictures of Legions for the Little Legions event at Legions Con, and yeah, he's just killing it. Like, these things are so much fun. I've got the first two coloring books, and I think they're great, but I think I like these better because it's more his take on these rather than, trying to present Eric's work one for one. So
yeah, those are super cute. I want to color them.
Yeah, they're awesome. Go ahead.
I want to say something, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, because sometimes I say things that I think are nice and it comes off the wrong way. But I'm seeing this as, not a Saturday morning kids cartoon, although it very easily could be, but I'm getting a vibe of Happy Tree Friends.
Oh my god, I missed that. Forgot about the show.
Where it just usually ends with one or all of them dying in like a brutally horrible fashion.
Awesome.
It's just making me laugh inside because they're so adorable.
They're very well done. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. I know the whole idea started with we did the customizing studio last year, and we thought, it'd be kind of fun to do something more for kids as people bring in their kids to the con and stuff. So, and we're not talking like, drop off your 2-year-old and we change their diapers for you. Talking about like, 8-year-olds on up maybe, and like just they could stop by and do some coloring and stuff while their parents go and shop or whatever. So we'll see. I don't know what Jeremy's going to have available for the event, or who's going to be willing to participate or work something like that. But Dusty's definitely doing some really good work with that. And either way, regardless of what happens with this, I definitely want to color those pictures because they're awesome. So beautiful. All right, Lynn's, what's going on?
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
What's up with you? Nothing special.
I appreciate you allowing me to light my living room. So thank you. Yeah. There you go. Karvar Kon.
I was about to ask you, did you get what I got you for your birthday? Did you enjoy that present? All that light?
Oh, yeah. That was great.
See that?
Yeah. I went outside and the sun was out and I was like, Bryan, Lynn.
Right. Yeah. I know you said nobody didn't get you anything because you were the president, but I couldn't resist, buddy. I had to take care of you on your day. I
appreciate that, man. It was a very nice day. So, yeah, Bryan said, "Let there be light," and there was. So, yeah. So kind of backstory with this. Obviously, a couple years ago, a lot of folks got together. PowerCon had a great time. All indications are it was really fun for everybody that was there. Horsemen were a huge draw at that event. And then we've gone a few years now without a PowerCon, and this year they had like the little back room thing, whatever, down south, but not in Ohio. So that is kind of the background for this, and then tell us a little bit of kind of like what you did from there.
So what did you do, Bryan?
Yeah, what did you do?
So many bad things. So. Like one night in Legion's chat, we were just sitting there talking. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do something. There's no PowerCon. This is like at 23, we found out there wasn't going to be one in 24. I was like, well, let's do something. I want to do something in August. And I think that was one night when Van was in there. He's like, oh, well, IshCon's going to be in August next year. So I was like, all right, cool. So that's already, something's going on next year. And then it's like, okay, so I wonder what's going to happen next year at PowerCon. And I was like, if there's no PowerCon next year, I'm going to try to do something. So PowerCon drug their feet, and finally, like right at the beginning of the year, told everybody, "Hey, we're just gonna piggyback on this other con instead of doing something." So at that point, it was like I found a venue and I was like trying to talk to them about it, and the place was decent. It was about the size of Little Quinta from 22, and it's just that everything was booked up this year till like August 30th. And I was like, that's way too late. I don't want to do anything then and then have because nobody's going to want to make stuff for that and then have to try and rush for Legion's Con as well.
I think that if folks are going to travel, like the sweet spot is like May, June timeframe, right? Like, because it's the midway point between Legion's cons, right? So, if it's something that people are already there anyway, like the East Coast guys, Jesse and all his crew, they're fucking spoiled, man. They get to go to shows all the time. Like they're, whatever. Oh, there's one in my backyard next week. I guess I'll go, whatever. But like, if you're actually going to travel, I think that's kind of that sweet spot for sure.
Right. Ohio's like one of those things. It's like it's weird. There's not really a lot here, but they always seem to have like events like PowerCon, the Arnold Sports Classics here, and people come from all over to it. And it's like there's other events that happen in like Columbus that bring in a lot of people. So I mean, it's a good location, and like you said, there's a lot of stuff on the East Coast. There's stuff like down south now that's happening, and we just kind of got, there's not a lot going on over here now. So I just want to try and take advantage of that and start something up, and hopefully it'll catch on and people will start coming and see how it goes.
So I guess the $1 million question I've got is, because we've heard many different stories of why PowerCon hasn't been happening. Right. And I think the main one that we hear is that, between the exclusives and just running a big con like that, it was just a lot. It's a lot for Val to do by himself. So I guess my question is, like, did you try to reach out to him and see if he wanted to kind of marry up and do something together?
In all honesty, I do not even know who Val is.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that name several times, but I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
I don't know. I just wanted to do something as like mainly Legions focused.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if that would be something he would be up for or anything like that, or if he just, but like
I've heard rumblings that like if PowerCon ever comes back to Ohio, it'll be like he has like a partner or some help or something like that. So, if that was the case, I thought, that might be a decent opportunity. But so, I mean, maybe worth at least kind of shooting him a message. But
yeah, that's something I would definitely look into in the future.
If you want to shoot a Shelve, make sure you get his permission first.
That's true. Yeah, those East Coast folks, Joe, they're spoiled. Totally. Yeah. So, so you went, I'm guessing you looked at different locations and stuff, and then you kind of settled on what you're looking for.
The one that I was originally looking at was in Columbus, and that was my goal.
Sorry.
Yeah, our kids just got home. Sorry about that.
That's all right. What's his name?
That sounds like a dog.
That's Jax.
That's
Jackson?
our wiener.
Yeah, that's the wiener.
Now, does he just have one Lynn behind his first name, or does he have two?
He only has one.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only
Lynn.
one
Only has
that's
one
special
limb?
opportunity.
Yeah.
One limb.
Lynn.
Limb,
Oh.
not limb.
Yeah.
That was a lot of energy for one Lynn.
Yeah.
Limb, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
So the location.
Yeah, I was looking at Columbus and everything, and it just didn't work out. I said something to the lady about like, hey, what about this date for next year? And she kind of just gave me the blow off. It was like, and I at the first I was only looking at like half the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, how much would it be for like the whole room on this date if it's available? Well, it's already booked up and it's this much. And have you tried to place down the street? I was like, okay, I understand. So I just won't bother you anymore. So Zane has actually competed. He does jujitsu. He's competed at a couple places in this town called Newark. And this place is huge. And I was like, shits and giggles. Let's call this place and see, just out of curiosity, how much it would be.
Mm.
And come to find out, it was the same cost as half the room for the other place.
Mm.
And the date was available I was wanting. So I was like, now we talked about the details. I was like, is this even possible? Is this something I can pull off?
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to like the way I'm looking at this con's going to be like built by the community. Because to getting to this point was my last couple sales and my trip to California. So everything that anybody's like bought from me has really contributed to me getting to this point. And Legion's Con will be the final part for this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that I want to do for like the community, and the community is the one that's really building it for me. So I mean, I don't know. I just want to do things to try and help improve the community and like, give them something fun to do.
Yes, Jay.
Way better doors. Put it that way.
So Hoth the Basher here says if the Horseman will be there, then he will be there. Which brings up the question: have you talked to the Horseman? Is this something that you feel like you will get their presence at?
I have talked to Jeremy because there's no better person to talk to about doing Legion's focused stuff than the guy who does Legion's focused stuff every year.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it. Nothing's set in stone, but like, we're going to keep talking and see how it goes. So right now my focus is making a con that they couldn't resist to not be at.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, even if they did a street team and let you run a street team would be, something. Yeah. But yeah, if you can get a few folks there, that'd be awesome.
I mean, he said that they definitely will support it and everything and stuff like that. So like I said, we'll keep talking to him, but I'm going to focus on bringing in a lot of our community members who,
Well,
so what happens, and just devil's advocate here, what happens if you get all this together, you're ready to go, and then next year PowerCon announces same weekend, different location in Ohio?
Well, like that, this is something I told Schmerber is like, I could do all this work and everything, and we can get there and it could flop. It could be horrible. It could not work out right. Nobody could show up. But at the same time, the next day, I won't ever be able to sit there and say what would have happened if I didn't try. You know, I would. So I mean, a lot of this is like I've talked about it before. I started giving myself goals and everything, and this is just one of those weird goals I gave myself, and I'm just going for it and see what happens, kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. Well, Patrick says if PB Customs can be there, he will be there. So, Patrick, on behalf of Patrick, says that he will be there if he can. So,
Good.
I don't know if Curtis is aware of this, but there was some information talked about on Len's Howling at the Moon, whatever he calls it, Friday, and it was given a tease that there would be some Wolf King information regarding this. And I don't know if Bryan, you even officially know this yet, but Wolf King will 100% be there to help be a part and support this show. So yeah, whether it's Wolf King Toys and Customs or just Wolf King Customs depends on Horseman presence or not, I guess.
There were a few people that I wanted to reach out to first thing when I started this idea. One was Jeremy being the first one to talk to him and get input, and then like when it came to doing tables and stuff, Lynn was absolutely number one on my list because I love Lynn. He's great, and he's always supported everything I've done. He's taken my stuff to cons he didn't have to and set it up on these tables, and he's putting my name on his like posters for like stuff on their table and things like that. And he's never had to do that for me. So he's one of those people I definitely really appreciate in this community, and I definitely wanted his presence there. So he's one of the first people I reached out to, and I told him I would love it if they were there in a big way. So we'll see what that big way is and how Lynn wants to go about it.
NJ Tree says Karvar Kon bust. Let's do it. Oh, Karvar Kon or bust. I thought he was talking about Stacey's shirt there for a second. I didn't know.
The Lynn
thought he was talking about the Karvar Kon bust.
No, like I was talking about the community and stuff like that, and there's a lot of people that helped me get to where I'm at, and he's one of the main ones. If he didn't help me with figuring out 3D printing, I wouldn't have the opportunity to do a lot of things I do. So he's one of those people that I will always like. I owe so much to him. I appreciate him so much.
Well, I know one of the things that when I didn't go to that PowerCon a couple years back, one of the things that looked really fun was the whole scooter thing around town. Is this in an area where there's scooters? Because if not, I'm not going.
No,
no, but we could get you a scooter.
Okay, yeah, let's.
Which means we're probably gonna steal one from like one of the little cars from Walmart.
Nice. Very nice. You got Dang Studios says they're going to be there. Drunk Gizmo Customs is going to be there. So, yeah, sounds like you're already getting people sign up. So,
yeah, I got 14 people already on a list like that reached out. When I made that post, it took me like about half a day to really make the post because I was scared shitless. I was like, okay, there's no turning back. Once I push this post button, it's got to happen. So it's like. I don't know, and then as soon as I hit it, all day long was just messages like either congratulations, I'm proud of you, this, that, and the other, or it's like I'm in, I can't wait to get a table kind of thing. And that's just what this community is all about. It's amazing. No matter if you're in this community, no matter what you're doing, people will have your back and support you 1,000%.
Very nice. So the time frame is when now? It's next year.
July 11th.
July 11th. Okay, so still in that kind of midway point,
right?
And it's a 1 day or 2 day? What do we?
It's going to be a 1 day this time around.
1 day con on a Saturday.
Yep. So Friday will be load in. There might do some kind of a meetup thing or some kind of something on Friday night. I don't know yet. Depending on how I can go about the layout of the room. Still, I still got to get all that figured out and everything, but yeah.
I mean that works well for a ski con, doing the meetup, like set up and meet up Friday night, doing the con on Saturday. Is it a location where like you can stay at the location?
Oh yeah, it's a nice hotel. It's really nice. I believe all the rooms either have 1 king size bed or 2 king size beds in them.
Oh wow!
And we will have room blocks. I'm starting low on that number I'm trying to play it safe on room blocks. So we'll see how it goes. There won't be a lot at first, so I'll have to keep adding to it a little bit by a little bit as people want them. So I'm not sure yet when I'm going to put that out there. It might be the beginning of the year or so.
Yeah, you got a lot of people. The Echevarria said they'll be there. McCoy said they'll be there. I'm not going to commit yet. I need to see like whether you're going to put some signage up with my head and my, just like what kind of promotional materials. I need to be sweet talked a little bit. I'm not like these, folks in the chat that are just like, sure, I'll be there. Like, you got to wine and dine me a little bit. So,
all right. You ready?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Well, if Stacey's going to be there, I guess I'll show up.
That's my negotiating skills. Does you like that? That's how I roll.
Oh man.
Let's see. So, all right. So that's coming up in July. So what are the next steps then? Like you said, people have already started reaching out. Do you have an idea of like table prices, entry fees? Like, is that all stuff that's to be worked out still?
My tables, I already have that figured out. I want to do those at 125.
Okay. My
goal is like I want to make the table prices affordable for anybody because I want anybody to show up. Like my idea for this con is like I really want the creators of our community to really come together and have like another big weekend or big event that they could all get together and make some money, show what they're working on, tease what's coming for Legion's Con, something like that. I want it to all be about the creators and everything in our community. And like we have different shows throughout the year, but there's always like a handful of us that pop up here or there. We only have that one big show, the Super Bowl, the one where we all show up and everybody, comes around. But like, I don't know, it'd be cool to have like another opportunity to like have that happen in a year. And that's my goal is to have everybody have that chance where they can come show up, pay for a table, but not have to, pay a lot, and they can make some money. And most importantly, see everybody hang out, have fun, and get that Legion's Con feel halfway to Legion's Con for the next year or something.
What when you say 125 for a table, like what kind of space are we talking about for a booth or whatever?
I'm still working on that. My goal is to keep it like around Legion's Con size.
Okay. So like an 8-foot space, or I think there's like 7 foot by, I don't know. It's weird.
It'll be like 8 foot by 8 foot or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Very
cool.
So
that's the goal. I'm planning on the original plan was also like, I was talking to Brad Jones. I was like, hey, we live in Ohio, dude. It's like, we got like half a dozen of us are here in Ohio that are like, decent like printers, painters. We got Eric Miller and the Immortal Collections. Reynolds Cruz, Perry Morrell, Dirk, all these great people. I was like, we should do something in Ohio, and it never really got anywhere. But like my plan is tomorrow I'm going to post in the Midwest group, and they're going to be the first ones to get the crack at it because like I said, I want to keep it that ideal.
So you're offering drugs for people to go.
Oh yeah. So there we go. It wasn't the Mon, it was the crack.
West Coast the first ones to get crack in order to show up at Karvar Kon. I was gonna say you might have better luck with meth, but okay, that's whatever.
Yeah, especially here in Ohio.
Yeah. Awesome. So
if you have people with comics and you put the long boxes on the floor where they have to bend down and look through the comics, it'll be a different kind of crack that's getting offered.
Blake says sounds like he's going to Ohio in July. Oh, and meeting Curtis at the Navy Pier on the way. That sounds like a plan.
Does not sound like on the way.
No, it's not for me. It's a little detour. Let's see. Terrence says Curtis is full of crap. He'll be there. He supports people he loves unwaveringly. Yeah, probably, but I still like to be wine to dine a little bit. Crom 316 says, he says the East Coast is spoiled for sure. They get like way a lot of shows. So if I'm gonna go to a show, I need people to make it a little special, a little to do about it. Like when I went to the West Coast meetup, Iz had me do the announcement before everything, like when everybody's coming in. tell them how emotional I was that everybody showed up. I faked a couple tears and stuff. It was really good. So we'll see what Bryan offers up. But I do think we were talking about it on Schmerbs today. Like, you need to have like torches like down the hall as soon as people walk in, like life-size torches. So
no, there just needs to be. Oh, where'd they go? Dozens of these.
Yeah, just the
lining the hallway.
Yeah. There you go. Yep.
Okay, somebody buy us a big 3D printer.
Thank you.
I'm
G.
not gonna lie, it's not something I haven't thought of doing. It's like I wanted to have one of them at my table at Legion's Con, like print out one, like a big one.
Yeah.
I just never had a chance to do it.
Oh, sorry. It's your show. I had an idea though. You got to do like
I believe
a
it's your
torch
show,
lighting thing.
Jesse.
No, the Karvar Kon, and it's clearly our show, where someone's dressed up like an orc and they come running in with the torch, and then they just jump into your like pile of LEDs and set them all on fire. Not your actual LED, you know, like
Jesus,
not actually set them on fire, but like light them up. Like, he's got like a giant magnetic thing in his. Never mind.
Keep Jesse away from open flames. Got ya.
Crom 316 says,
yes.
"What is the Karvar Kon exclusive?" Uh-oh. I don't know about that.
Right, there might not happen right now, but I don't know if this turns out.
I'm sure you'll have something, right? Like some sort of, you do stuff for the West Coast and for Mesquite Con. So I'm sure you'll have like a torch or something. Like, you'll have something that's like exclusive. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we'll figure out something.
Beautiful. And it'd be nice if I don't know if this, like, they got the Barbarian this year, the travel figure. I don't know if that's going to be like a new ongoing thing, if there's going to be another travel figure next year. But if so, that'd be cool to have an opportunity to pick whatever that is up. So
yeah. I'm working on some ideas too. One of which is like a community table.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, let's say Stacey here. She she doesn't have enough. She's not really like a creator enough to have a table. So like, but she does customize stuff, and she's really, I say,
I don't have a lot of stuff I've done.
Let's say
hypothetical.
So if she made a custom that she's really proud of, or she would like to bring it and show, she can bring it to the community table and show it. And if somebody's interested, they can buy it at the show. Oh God.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Jeez. You need to put your head on that one. Where's the purple gang guys when you need them?
Didn't escalate. I don't want to do it. Down a hallway full of people. You want to hurt anybody.
I'm not allowed to run around a lot of people. Dangerous.
All right. Well, as far as the hotel, like you think you'll have like a room block and that kind of thing? Like, what are the thoughts on that?
Room blocks, we already talked about it and everything. Like I said, I'm going to play it safe with those, and I'm going to do it little numbers by little numbers.
Yeah.
As needed.
Little at a time, yeah.
Yeah, just to be safe, because I really don't want to get hung up with any of those.
Right.
Wait, hold on. Pause. Did we already talk about this, or am I having a stroke on screen?
No, we talked about it. Curses doesn't care.
Okay.
The room blocks? I don't remember. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to make you. I was like, wait, am I like?
No, I've been like sick as a dog the last couple of days. So
yes,
totally like I'm probably just not all there. So
rooms, I believe the price she said rooms will be like 140 in that ballpark.
It's not bad.
No, so I mean.
And it's a really nice hotel.
Yeah,
and a really nice lobby.
They got a fitness center for Stacey and Blake to like get up early and go to the fitness center.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
The place is. I'm not gonna lie. The place is kind of a maze. Like, we went in the front door and she walked us through this place, and it's like,
I think it's amazing.
She just have someone dressed up as a minotaur the whole weekend. If they run into him in the hallways.
There you go. Yeah, as you go through the hallways, you just like have a ball of yarn that you like let some yarn out behind you so you can find your way back.
I don't understand that.
That's a Theseus reference from when I used to read. then I read mythology.
Oh.
So it's all right. That's how he
That
made
balls
it
me
back
on.
through the maze when he went to go fight the Minotaur. So
Oh,
all right.
okay.
All right. Yeah, you talk about your nerddom and it's cool and everybody thinks it's funny. I talk about my nerddom and everybody's like, "What the fuck's he talking about?" So
I got told to calm down. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, Jesse's went from wanting to run through the building with a torch to wanting to be a Minotaur in the hallway, or now who knows where
I
he's going to
don't
end
want to
up by
be
the
a
time.
Minotaur.
They're your ideas, so I mean, I figured you were
I
volunteering.
don't have the calves for that.
Oh.
now I do not. That is correct, Joe. But when I was in school, unfortunately, they made me. It was like a requirement. So, yeah.
Oh boy.
But anywho, awesome. Well, good stuff. I'm assuming that your good buddy David Williams will be there, right?
Yeah, all the Arizona boys have already said they'll be heading this way. So, that was something I was like really kind of worried about. It was like, is there really going to be enough people around this area that will want to come to this? And then as soon as I posted, like Blake said something, Terrence in Florida, people all over, like, yeah, I'm coming. So this is like, I'm like really blown away by the response that I've gotten so far, and now I just gotta get the planning and work on it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was later in the year, if it was August, September, I don't know if I'd be able to make it. But
Right.
with it being the time frame that you're talking about, like, yeah, I think that's a really good time frame. So cool. Blake's really hoping for a fitness center. So,
And if there isn't, we can run outside.
You just said you couldn't run.
I can't. Well, I'll run carefully.
So now I know, like, when we go
You
to
sit around a lot of people, it's probably just going to be you and Blake, so you'll probably be fine.
Well,
Yeah.
unless
I'm
there's a
talking more
mirror,
about
and then Blake's
myself.
twin will be there next to him.
Oh.
And then, yeah. I'm dumb. So when folks go to these conventions, if you go to North Carolina, there's certain things that, people will try to, there's certain cuisine that people want to have while they're down there. You go to New Jersey, you got to get the pizza. Go to Florida for a convention, there's certain things there. What is the thing if people go to Ohio and they're in this area, they're going to this con, what is the thing that you would say Ohio has really good this to eat? Anything?
Well, if you go by the political things that were going on, I guess pets. No, I don't know. People still like Skyline chili, but I've never had it, and she's not a fan.
Ugh. And we don't even have one anywhere near us. So
Right.
That's more like
it's Columbus. I mean, like Columbus is like the venue is only like 30 minutes east of Columbus, so they got a bunch of stuff up there. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. It's like, oh my god, you got to try this. But if you go 10 minutes down the road, there's a giant building that looks like a basket. You'll never see one of those again.
Yeah.
A building that looks like a basket.
A giant basket.
Look up Longaberger building basket thing, and I that's what it looks. It's huge. And it's funny because, like, I'll tell this, like Chris James, he came and stayed with us one time, and I was like, all right, we're driving back to my house. I was like, I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen, but there's gonna be something that you're gonna see that you've never seen before. You probably never see it again, kind of thing. And I didn't say anything, and we're just driving down the road.
You were talking about your wiener.
Well, I mean, maybe.
No, because I wouldn't have told him he's not going to see it again.
Well, I mean, technically, he did see the wiener. He was here at the time.
Speaking of wieners, Kevin says Schmidt's Sausage House.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in Columbus.
Yeah, I don't think that's far from the convention center where PowerCon used to be.
Trevor wants to know if you can do a show on the East Coast. Is that a possibility? They don't get enough shows out there.
I don't know. That's a long way to go, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'll do one once a year in November. Just
there you go.
Be amongst a bunch of other people at the same doing the same show.
Tanya says Legion's ladies will have a table if one is available. Gina will have a place to show her customs. Stacey as well. So there you go.
Tanya's definitely one of the first people that mentioned wanting to have a table as well.
All right. Blake said that after upcoming Legions Con 25, he's starting a con trend, Mythic Muscle Mornings. So
There you
you know, here's the thing with the whole Blake
I don't like
fitness
seafood.
thing, right? Like I don't know that I'd mind going to the gym and doing something in the morning, but he was talking about getting up at like 4 a.m. or something. Like dude, I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. on a con. Like a lot of us aren't even going to bed till 1 or 2 in the morning. So I'm not getting up at 4 to go work out. You want to meet me there at like 7, maybe. So we'll talk.
Yeah.
All right. What else? Jesse, what do you got?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not
6,
joining the workout.
Maybe not 5.
At 5 or 6 or 7 a.m. Sorry. I'm not saying I shouldn't. I'm just not.
At no time will Jesse be in the gym.
No.
All right.
Let's see. I don't know where I was gonna. Okay, so we talked possible meetup situation if you can work out the layout of the room. You know, you're working on the tables and getting people to start signing up soon and all that jazz. So I mean, it's still really early stages, but I know you got to put a lot of work in over the next couple months to kind of hammer things down before you can start making like official presentations. And you're going to see the whole other side that Jeremy has done for years with the Legions Con stuff,
Right.
where like, you know, people will be asking you like, well, when can we say this? When can we say that? And you're like, hold on, I'm not ready, you know?
Right.
But I know Curtis and I will do everything we can to help some support, promote, you know, between our channels and our pages and stuff. And I know, like you said, because you're trying to pull the community together, I'm speaking for Curtis on that one.
If Stacy asked me, maybe.
Please, Curtis.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Come
And then so
on.
much of the community will too. Not trying to say, you know, we're like special or anything, but like I know so much of the community is going to do everything they can to help you promote and get the word out there and stuff. So I think that's a thing. I know someone made the joke like if you build it, they will come in the comments earlier, but
I think that was.
I would much rather. I have nothing against PowerCon. I've had a blast the 2 times I've gone, the people I've hung out with and gone with, but going to support someone who's in our community doing something that's based in the community and, you know, to bring the community together, like there's nothing about that doesn't make me want to go and be a part of it in any and every possibility I can, except for being shirtless running down the hallway with a torch or dressed as a minotaur or working out ever.
Ever.
Well, those are the 3 requirements, Jesse. Damn, now you do.
Con is canceled, everybody.
Jesse fucked it up for everybody. Go home.
Yep.
Sorry, can't stay here. But one thing I want to do though is also I want to incorporate some like art from friends as well. So I already reached out to Thomas Belay about using some of his pics, maybe a picture or 2 of his for like con badges.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and do different things like that. Maybe have Lynn, see if I could get Lynn to do some signs for me and find some other artists that, you know, maybe find something from Dusty and throw it on something or other. You know, David, he's talked about, I know he's busy doing more important things right now. So I asked him about if, you know, you're not busy, if you'd like to do a con badge variant or something like that, you know, just have a few different designs for the badge, sign, stuff like that. I want this to really be about what our amazing community can do.
I'd be willing to do some modeling if it helps. So
yeah, so I reached out to everybody else.
Did you hear Darla chuckling over there? That's not right. Like you can't laugh so that people hear you while I say that.
Well, Curtis, there's a stipulation though. If you come to the show, you have to bring Darla.
Well, yeah, I mean, for Ohio, for sure. Yeah,
you got to bring Darla.
Yep.
See, like I was hoping we'd meet up at the airport on the way out of West Coast thing because I was going to take a picture with Darla and send it to Stacy to make her jealous.
Yeah, that would have been cool to be able to meet up there. I didn't know that you guys were flying out that same day or around that time. That would have been cool though. Yeah. But anywho, how did your West Coast trip go?
It went really well. I went, like I said, after my first 2 sales, I had a goal that I needed to hit be able to make this even the wheels start turning.
Yeah.
And that was my goal, and I did way more than I thought I was going to there.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it ended up being really good, and then like just the experience alone, it was a blast. Like Sunday night was the best night. Like it was pretty much like a 40-year-old slumber party. Just me, David, and Thomas Belay watching Star Wars and just being stupid and laughing the whole fucking time. It was great.
That's cool.
I seriously felt like I was a kid, like a teenager, going over to my friend's house watching rated R movies that we weren't supposed to be watching and just laughing all night long. You know, that kind of stuff.
That's cool. And you came in what, Friday or Thursday?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't have much time before the con. And then you mailed your stuff, right? Like you mailed it to Iz ahead of time.
Yeah, about a week and a half before I mailed it to Iz, and it for some reason it got delayed a couple of times. So I was like getting nervous, and it got there the day before. So,
oh boy. Yeah.
Right. So it was cutting it close. And then Iz was nice enough to ship it back to me and my leftovers, and
that's cool.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get the stuff here. I was like, I don't really want to go through TSA with a bunch of little batteries and wires because that could look really bad. So
it was a fun little meetup. That location that they had, I thought they did a really good job setting it up. Did feel bad for the couple guys outside, dealing with the elements, but everything inside was really nice, and everybody seemed really happy with how things went. And then I know I had to leave early, but you guys had the like on Brick's channel where they talked with Treadaway, and you guys were asking questions and stuff. That seemed like really fun.
Yeah, it was a good play. The venue itself, like the next day we went back for like there was going to be a Star Wars event. They're going to have some of the 501st guys show up, and the place is really cool. Like it's just bookshelves of board games of all kinds, like strategy games, everything. And you go and you just rent a table, sit down, and you just play games with your family or friends or whatever for as long as you want. And it was like a really cool concept. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, and then like I think they said like once every 2 months they do like a paint night where they do customizing legions, and people come in and they've got supplies for them if they need it, or they can bring their own, and just sounds like a really cool environment. So
right, it was the place is really nice, and the people there were great as well.
Yeah, I mean I was there, so it was pretty good. So, I was definitely the highlight.
I wasn't though.
No, that's true. I was sad about that.
Kurt, I don't think being the palest person there means you're the highlight. I don't think that's how that works.
I think there was definitely some paler people there than me. I saw.
Okay.
I saw some pale. I think I saw some folks that never seen the light of day. But yeah, but no, it was really fun. It was a good event, and Nate did a really good job of like keeping track of all people's purchases and everything. Like he was. I've not seen him run like the register part before, but he did good. So
it was like my first time getting to meet Owen. I've always heard about Owen.
Yeah.
David, he's really cool. He had his daughter was with him the next day, and she was fun, just running around, playing around with everybody, and it was a blast.
I would have talked to him more. I didn't find out till after it was over that he's been doing a lot of work for McFarlane. I would have been picking his brain on like everything. And yeah, nobody told me that until after I was gone. So
you'd have mavericked him.
Yeah, I would have totally mavericked him. I would have totally cornered him, been like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why? How come you didn't give a casting hand to Dr. Fate? What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Yeah.
Got a 10-year plan for you.
Yeah.
Or was that Kyle? Was that old man Kyle that had the 10-year plan?
Yeah, that was Kyle.
Well, Blake's throwing this out. What if there was a mythic muscle figure drop? Then you would go, huh? No, I still wouldn't go. The Swiginator comes with dumbbells, weight bench, and a bottle of oil, diorama pieces included. I mean, go for it.
There you go.
I mean, not everything's going to appeal to everybody, and I definitely think there's a lot of people that would love that. I'm just not one of them.
Did you have some slides that we were supposed to pull up and look at, or
just this one that has like the information on it?
Nice.
And then,
like I'm really excited about like the room itself is really cool, I really just can't wait to see what everybody's response is to like the venue itself. Like that, the big room is like really cool. It has all these lights, like the natural light comes in. It looks really cool. So it's awesome.
And then I didn't want to go and just grab pictures from the website because I didn't want to spoil any of your stuff, Brian.
Yeah.
But I did share the picture you shared. So this is the space where this is the big room where it would be happening.
Yeah.
Can you compare this to the Legion's Con, the current Legion's Con room size?
It's definitely smaller. I would say it's probably like, I would say maybe 2.5 La Quintas.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's more space behind your head there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My head does take up a lot of that.
He's got a giant head.
Yeah, I do have a melon. I know this.
Yeah, it looks like a nice space for sure. So
yeah, I'm super, like I said, I'm just really excited to see people's reaction to it.
Is that shirt available right now? The Karvar Kon shirt?
It's on my TeePublic. I was thinking about trying to get with like somebody that does shirts and maybe trying to do like a pre-order kind of thing if anybody's interested with it to also help, kind of fund the con, because like TeePublic, you really don't get much back from the shirt. Any shirt sales?
Terrence says that's headspace. I don't know if he's talking about the like the ceilings because they're so high, or just the fact that you fit your head in there. I'm not sure.
Right.
But or maybe he's just talking about like your forehead, like you should put some ads there or something. I don't know.
Billboards.
Yeah. And I'm assuming this is like a location where they've got like the tables and stuff.
Yeah, they'll have all the tables, everything we need pretty much already there. I'm not sure about like tablecloths and stuff like that yet, but they said the lady pretty much listed off everything that I can have. Like they'll have furnished for me. I just got to pick the plan of how they wanted to put it all out. They're 8-foot tables.
I'm sorry, Jesse has the slideshow down at the bottom, and I didn't realize that that's not what it was. Store. So I thought that this was another guest down there. Like when you see him at the bottom, I was like, oh, we got somebody else backstage. Oh no, it's just Brian. Yeah. Awesome. So this is the wrong place.
Speaking of Karvar Customs on TeePublic.
That's not
the wrong place.
That's the wrong place. That's not the TeePublic place. I had this one place before, and it's like it wasn't working out well, so I ended up switching to TeePublic.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I get for clicking on the first link.
Yep.
All right, hold on.
Stand by.
I mean, you don't
actually. Dusty says 10x10 booth with an 8-foot table would be amazing. So
that's the goal, or maybe 8-foot by 8-foot or something. I don't know. I still gotta, like, the lady was gonna have them send me some different layouts that they've done in the past that I can kind of tweak and go over and mess with and adjust however. But yeah, there's that one.
Nice. Spin to win, Jesse.
And there's the Let There Be Light shirt that you were talking about earlier.
No.
There you go.
I really like I gotta get some shirts.
Yep, the keeper of the light. Just remember, if anybody out there, if you're planning on doing something with lights, if you're doing a dio or whatever, you're trying to do something with lights, you need to get Brian's permission first, just like Dusty Standiford does. So, or no, sorry, like Alexander Deshaw does. Yeah. Oh, we got the link. Sweet. There you go, folks. Check it out. And Thomas, one of the Arizona boys in here, says Karvar Kon gonna be awesome,
and it's gonna be his birthday weekend too, and he's choosing to come to Ohio for it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this might be too early of a question, but it popped in my head. So there's at least one other person that's going to be thinking about this. It's probably Dylan. You'll have to have like a site for getting to. Are you going to do something, not necessarily Eventbrite, but something like that where you do tickets, or is that something you'd be more of a direct thing to try to keep costs down. I don't know how all that works or if you've even thought about that part yet.
We were actually looking into that last night, or it was last night?
No, it was Friday.
What days? Okay.
Today's Sunday.
I lost a day. Yeah, we were already looking into that, trying to figure out more about it. So it's something I'm exploring. It's definitely something I want to do. I've just got to figure out how to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all going to be a learning process.
And
Right.
so for now, over, as you're proceeding and growing and learning with all of this, for everybody that's already excited about this, if they want to find out more or learn more, the best way to go is to follow the Karvar Kon Instagram.
Yeah, I also have a Facebook page for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to keep posting the same stuff on both of them. So either way you want to go about it, I'll post different updates and things like that. So probably at the end of the week, I'll post something about the general vendor table sign up. So kind of keep an eye out for that. Earlier on in the week, I'll open it up to like the Midwest area group first, and then the rest later on in the week.
Beautiful.
Okay. Well, I will make sure to add. So anybody watching this, if you're watching this live or if you're watching this on the replay down the road, there should be, as long as it's after the live, links in the description of the show to both the Facebook and the Instagram pages for Karvar Kon and to the TeePublic site. If you guys want to get all your Karvar stuff, gear and information, the links will be there for you.
All your Karvar needs.
All your Karvar cravings.
Joe says, want to do a giveaway on a Karvar custom shirt. He'll pay for it. So
Dun, dun, dun.
there you go.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So get that giveaway tool ready.
And
Which
also,
one?
that's something else I want to do with this con is like, Legion's Con is full. There's a lot of people on a wait list that's really hoping to get a table. So this might be a chance for some of those people to get a chance to really get your stuff out there in front of our community as well that might not have had a chance to yet or in a big way. So, it's just other opportunities. And, I'm reaching out to some other people that haven't had a chance to be at a Legion show or done a show that's oriented towards us, even though they make stuff for our stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I've talked to a couple people that I'm really hoping it works out for because, it's a bit of a trek for them, but it'd be really cool to have them there. I think a lot of people would be really surprised to see their work in person.
Very cool. Yeah, I know Joe's one of those folks that's on the waiting list for Legion's Con, so that'd be cool.
He's definitely one of the ones that's expressed interest.
Beautiful. Oh, Jesse gets that tool ready. In the meantime, no, that's not it.
All
right.
What?
You're doing terrific.
There you go.
There we go.
Hashtag Karvar Kon in the comments. Go ahead and start entering that in now for the Karvar Kon t-shirt over on the TeePublic, courtesy of Joe Martinez, aka Drow Taylor Designs.
Very good. So what is the Karvar Kon kind of policy on toes being hanging out? Is that
it'll be July.
Okay. I don't see how that matters, but what? Yeah, can we get a ruling?
Only females can have their toes out.
Only females with the toes out. I can accept that. That's fine. But I guess I would have to defer to Cookie and see what he says.
Cookie, what do you think about convention toes? Keep them sheathed. Your feet should be sheathed at all times in public.
Agreed.
I don't want to see your nasty toes.
There you go. I'm okay with the females having their toes out if that's what we decide, but Cookie says no. So sorry, I tried. It sounds like Joe Bassapolo is on there too. So
you got to listen to him. It is his birthday. So
she says it's July. I'm not even wearing clothes.
If that's the case, G, I do not want a hug.
I am definitely in now. If I wasn't in before, I am in now.
So it's toes covered unless G is fully naked, and then Curtis
Yes.
is okay with whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Because my attention is not going to be on his toes at that point. I'm going to be like, why is this little naked man running at me?
What point is it going to be focused on? Parameters.
Yeah. Because, man, I tell you what, G is not a big guy, but like he charges at you with like, I don't know, like it's like getting hit by the juggernaut or something. Like, he just like, yeah, he just like bulldozes you. So
He's like a miniature pygmy rhinoceros.
He gives the best hugs.
yeah.
I guess that was kind of redundant.
Mm. All right. Joe says, don't stare at his feet then. He's got plenty of other body to stare at than that. Duly
People
noted.
don't look at my feet usually
Duly
either.
noted.
Speaking of little naked guys, are any shows you guys watching right now?
What kind of transition was that?
That's my conversation
segue.
clutch. I reference the current topic, and then I go to something completely different.
Okay.
Well, Stacey finally just got to finish Eureka from forever ago. So we watched it a while back and then just never finished it.
Because we do that.
Yeah, we're horrible at watching
Which
shows.
one? I missed it.
Eureka, the old sci-fi one from like 2010.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, God, I was extra emotional like throughout the last season of that.
She's
It was like,
she cries about everything. It's great. Like,
I can't help it. It's emotional.
like, but there's times where like, really? Should you be there?
Just do.
Look, I watched the end of Andor, and I saw that there might have been an Easter egg or like a bonus scene at the end of. I'm not going to spoil any scenes here, but I watched, and there's some music cues that are actually the Easter egg in the credits, and it got me choked up. It's just music, so I get you. Crying is good. Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right.
We also just got done watching the new episodes of Love, Death, and Robots that came out the other day.
Yeah.
Out of 10, they're all right. They weren't as good as the other ones.
Yeah, they weren't as good, I don't think.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 really good ones or funny ones or whatever, but
We finished Reacher, the 3rd season.
yeah.
Love
good.
that show.
Yep. It was
Reacher's
good to see him
favorite.
finally go against somebody that was bigger than him. That dude was a giant, man. That dude is massive. Yeah. I don't know where you even find somebody like that. That dude was so big.
Yeah.
We've been watching Bondsman on Amazon Prime.
Oh yes,
We
That's
just
another-
finished that too, yeah.
That's a fun
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, we're like midway through that. For those that haven't seen it, it has a very I think supernatural vibe. Like, you know, he basically, I mean, it's not a spoiler because it happens like at the very beginning, and it's also in the description, but he basically dies and then is sent back and able to come back to life, but he has to like hunt demons for the devil. And it's interesting because like his family gets involved in it and stuff. And so then there's like this whole research element and looking at it. It does have a very supernatural kind of, vibe to it. So, and it's Kevin Bacon. Who doesn't love Kevin Bacon?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
And you
I
said
had
you're
some
halfway
bacon
through
today
it.
on my burger.
You
What was
said
that?
you're
I'm sorry,
halfway through it now?
Curtis.
what?
You're
Are you
halfway
you're
through it?
halfway?
Yeah, I'm what are we on? We're on episode 7. So we've
Okay,
only
so we
got
have one more.
7 and 8 left is what we got.
Yeah. The last episode is
Right. It leaves
Yeah.
you wanting more.
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
I
cool.
can't wait for season 2 of that. So, of course, Fallout 2 is going to be coming in December, so I'm looking forward to that one. Season 2 of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like we're horrible at watching shows, so like a lot of times we just watch YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
Besides the normal Legion stuff, we watch Neebs Gaming. I don't know if you ever heard of them. They're guys from North Carolina.
Mm.
They play like Ark and
7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die, and they're really funny.
Yeah, they're comical.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend checking them out. Like even if you don't play Ark, they do it in a way. It's just funny. It's just they're goofing around. A lot of times they don't really script it out or anything. It's not like an actual show, but they kind of have like events that happen throughout of it, and it's pretty fun to watch.
They're kind of raunchy too, so they're funny.
Yeah,
I want to also watch that Murderbot on Apple Plus or Apple TV. That looks really good, so I'm excited to check.
I started it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It hasn't hooked me yet. I'm only a little bit into the second episode. Like it's but it's the same way with Severance. Like I think it was episode 4 or 5 before Severance really got me.
Gotcha. Cool. Very cool. And we found out that there's going to be a season 3 of Shrinking, and that Michael J. Fox is making a return to acting for that series. So interesting. See how that goes. I don't know if it's just a one-off episode or if it's like a main character or something, but that'll be cool.
Oh, so. I just put some things together with that. Because Harrison Ford's going through Parkinson's in the show.
Yep.
And Michael J. Fox. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Harrison Ford's amazing in that series, by the way. If anybody hasn't seen that, like, I think it's the best Harrison Ford we get in anything. Like, I think it's his best acting, and he's great in that series. So,
have you seen this movie, 6 Days, 7 Nights?
I believe so. Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah.
You think you need to reevaluate that one?
Okay, sounds good.
No, don't.
I didn't remember being that great, but
it's not. I'm
okay.
Being facetious. No one's laughing, so I'm explaining myself.
I don't think I've seen
that. I'm not actually advocating for anyone to go watch that movie a second time or a first time.
Yeah, Shrinking is really good, Brian. I thoroughly enjoy it. It'll put you through the feels, man. Like there's definitely like highs and lows, and for sure. Fox?
Absolutely.
Yes, we did say Fox.
I don't know, Scully. Did they? Wasn't a fox, but it's the best. It's the only animal sound effects I have.
That's cool. It works.
Foxes make great sounds. I should have some fox sound clips. That would be great.
You know what you guys should do is for Karvar Kon, you should like get together with like local animal shelter or something and have like dogs there that people can adopt. That way you can really rescue them, like take them into your home and get them out of Ohio. So
people don't eat them.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't near us though. Wasn't that like Springfield or something?
I don't know. I think they said it was Springfield, but the picture was taken in Columbus.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Wait,
so the facts didn't add up?
What?
Hey, even though
right.
in our town though we had loose lions and tigers.
Yeah, that was our town. The back in what was that?
Bears?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Steph, there's an A in Karvar where the E is, so you might want to throw that in there. Little A there. Yeah. He's got that weird spelling,
Yeah.
Definitely threw Tanya for a loop when she was doing that on Legion's Ladies. So Corvus Customs and
I love that every time she said it, you just kept going.
Yeah.
I still have people that have known me for over 10 years that insist on putting an I in my name. And it drives me insane.
Yeah, people don't spell my name right either, usually.
Because they do what?
Because I'm an EY. Not
and
a
they don't
Y.
put the E. Okay.
Yeah, they don't put an E, or sometimes they just put an I or an IE, and
IE.
EY.
Man, I cannot deal with an IE Stacey in my life.
See,
I thought you were just
actually
Steph, but it was the
worked...
spelling for the hashtag. So I'm sorry, Chris. I was like, man, he's just going after people tonight.
No, I wanted to be able to participate. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
That was
It's
my
helping her
mental.
out.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm apologizing for thinking the wrong thing.
Everybody needs a Karvar Kon shirt for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
But Joe is giving away one. That's what the hashtag is for.
yes.
One shirt to one winner, which we'll pull here in a little bit. We got 29 entries out of 45 people watching. So let's get that number way up to
Jesse
like
said
at
it
least
drives
30.
him nuts too. I assume that he's talking about the I in the name.
Mhm.
So there you go. I've got a steering
It's all
wheel in my
frickin' Rick
pants. That's what
Springfield's
drives
fault.
me nuts. So
It's all Rick Springfield's fault
yeah.
for the Jesse.
Mm.
Because the song Jesse's Girl is spelled with an IE. And that song came out in the 80s. And that's when, well, I was already out in the 80s, but like born out, like out of the.
Not out of the closet. It was much later than that. Is that what you're saying? Or no? Okay.
No,
Somebody clip that for PGG, please.
open mouth, insert foot, repeat ad nauseum. That's
so
me.
What else you guys got planned for this year? You got any other cons that you're attending?
Nope, Legion's Con will be the next one.
Okay.
Gonna start really focusing on building and everything for that here in July or August, and see what I come up with for this year.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I will be going to one more con. I booked my ticket, booked my hotel this weekend for Joe Lanta in September. So
Look at you.
Yeah. So I will be heading to Atlanta for Joe Lanta. If anybody wants to see Choo Choo Curtis, that's where I will be. So
Are you attending the con or are you setting up at the con?
I'm just attending.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just hanging out, seeing people, maybe get some of that Big Dub food. You know, he usually does that stuff at his house, and you know, see if I can get in on some of that. So yeah. Awesome. Well, what else you guys got going on right now? Anything else you've been up to?
Well, I've been doing the Mod Squad with Tanya on Saturday mornings on the Legion's Ladies Live channel.
Mm-hmm. No, none this week, though, right?
No, we didn't have one this week because
Okay.
she was at IshCon, and like I can't do it without her, you know.
I figured that. I woke up and I was like, "Oh, did I miss that?" And I was like, "I don't think they had one because she's at IshCon." So
Yeah, she tried. She wanted to try and do it, but she said the Wi-Fi there was not good enough to
Gotcha.
do it. So yeah, so we're gonna take a break, but we'll be back next Saturday, and I'm gonna finish working on my custom girl. I bought the head from Jesse at MesquiteCon. The one, hold on, I'm gonna grab it.
The vampire?
No, well, I bought that too.
It's like a cosmic head lady with the stuff on the side of the face.
Gotcha. I saw her working on the Tanya vampire head 2 weeks ago, I guess. That was looking really good. So, very cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to, like, I already got her head, so now I have to do the body.
Very awesome.
Yeah, and then I have a charbot that I've painted too, and the colors, so this will match.
Beautiful.
I'm still holding on to my charbot for Ox Crew to come in because I want it to go with my Ox Crew, so I'm waiting to get some of them in hand for color matching.
I've got mine partially painted, as well as like 50 other projects that are partially in the works. So, because I'm just a terrible, terrible person. So, it's just, man, I just get I get so many projects that I'm like working on at the same time, and it just, yeah.
I have a few customs I started, but then I get working on like diorama stuff or printing things, and I just lose track of it, and
yeah,
I haven't been able to get back to them lately.
For sure. Steph says she loves that, Stacey. Good job.
Thanks, Steph.
There you go. But yeah, that mod squad's really nice. If you got, I mean, if you wake up on Saturday morning, you just need a real chill thing to just kind of, drink your coffee and kick back to. Like, that's a great thing to just listen to the birds chirping in Tanya's window and, Stacey and Tanya having conversation while they're painting. It's really nice. So
you never know what we're going to talk about.
That's true. It's true. But yeah, it's really
So we're talking
relaxing.
about like snack foods or favorite meals or any of the.
We do.
Like
We talk about food. We talk about a lot of different random things.
They talk about you a lot.
Counter butter or fridge butter?
Well, see, we have fridge butter because we have country crock, but like growing up, we always had the counter butter. I know, which the counter
knew I
butter
liked
is
You just
healthier than
made
the
Jesse's
country
day.
crock. But yeah, but see, we get a big old tub of country crock from Sam's Club, so it lasts a long time.
Wait, hold on, Chris. I'll fix that. What's your favorite condiment?
Oh boy!
Mayonnaise.
Wow!
There we go. I evened it back up for you guys. You're welcome.
You got him, and then immediately lost him.
Oh.
So
I can put mayonnaise on anything.
I do have a question with that though, like, because I'm not like a mayonnaise lover. Like, I'm not gonna just like eat it with a spoon or anything. But
No, I wouldn't either.
But like if I go to Subway, I'm definitely gonna get whatever sandwich I get, I'm gonna get mayonnaise on it. So like Jesse, what is your go-to Subway order if you go there?
Oh man, Subway.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the what is it? The chicken bacon ranch.
Okay. So the you would just have the ranch on it and no other condiments?
No, I get the what is it? The salsa ranch or the spicy ranch, whatever they call it, where they just
Didn't even know that was a thing. But okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, like if I get an Italian sub from somewhere, I get Italian dressing and mayonnaise. And it's a great combination.
I'm usually steak, cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, mustard. But I tell them extra mayonnaise, extra mustard.
Yeah.
And toast that sun gun. So what about you, Brian?
BLT is pretty good too.
What's your go-to Subway order?
I don't know. I don't really go to Subway very much, but it's probably something like a cheesesteak or something somewhere in that ballpark, as close as I can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he likes mustard.
Yeah, mustard's my go-to.
Yeah. See, I didn't like mustard until I had our daughter, and it was weird. Then
Spicy
I just
mustard,
really
like
liked just regular mustard.
Okay.
Like I didn't like mustard at all. And then once I was pregnant with her, I loved mustard, and now I like it. So it's weird.
I grew up in a very poor house, and like there was a lot of times where we did not have lunch meat, but we had bread and cheese and mustard, and that's I would say that was a majority of my meals growing up was mustard and cheese sandwiches. So
I used to do the same thing, but it was mayo and cheese.
Oh, all right.
Mayo and tomato sandwiches.
Jesse's like, mustard and cheese sandwich is the worst thing I've ever heard. And then Brian's like, I used to do it with mayo.
I got you.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just put mustard on mayo and just ate that.
Mustard and mayo is a good combination.
She does that, and I'm like, oh, I can't know.
Mustard and mayo is a good. I like to dip my French fries in mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise and ketchup mixed is a good fry dip.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But mayonnaise on its own is a great fry dip.
Jesse, what do you think about that?
I'm trying not to.
No, mayo is not more disgusting
Cheese,
than
chili,
feet.
or ketchup are the only things that, in my opinion, for me, fries can be dipped
in. I'm not a big ketchup fan.
Chili ketchup.
Yeah, I used to be a big like
not
when I was
all
a kid,
at
I always
once.
used to like ketchup all over fries. Now I can't stand ketchup that much. I mean, I'll eat it on like burgers when I get it, but like I don't go actively trying to get it.
Like I used to love ketchup a lot as a kid, and now it's very rare. So yeah.
Like as a kid, I used to have fries that was mostly ketchup and a little bit of fries in it, kind of thing.
I think cheese is definitely the best though. If somebody says, "Hey, I'm going to give you some fries," and you can pick one thing to dip it in, cheese is 100% the best option.
I love cheese sauce.
As long as it's that not that like what are they? As long as it's not that beer cheese, that stuff's gross.
Oh, I love beer cheese.
Good.
Yeah, I just had it for the first time like maybe a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh man, this is really good." That's what they've got with the pretzel at Legion's Con is a beer cheese.
their beer cheese is good, but like, when I get it at like Chili's or Applebee's or any of those places, like it just tastes. It's probably
Well,
just like
that's
a
your
lower
problem.
grade.
It's
But
Chili's, Applebee's.
I like like the cheddar nacho cheese, dippy cheese for fries, whatever that is.
Yeah.
If I'm going to
Like they have
Applebee's, it's all about the spinach artichoke dip.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
That's good.
So good, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. I am not a vegetable guy, but spinach artichoke dip, heck yeah.
Yeah, Stacey will
You
get that every now and then. I'm not a
spinach
big fan of
artichoke dip before you had green beans.
I think I've had green beans before, but they never looked like that. Like they were the more like in a can stuff. Like this was like they picked it and like threw it on a plate. I don't know. I'd never seen anything that looked like that. And then I tried to take a bite. I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'll take a bite. And like the seed just like shot down, like it ejaculated in my throat. So I knew that was bad as soon as it came out.
It's called an ovipositor, not ejaculated.
Yeah, but like that seed definitely choked me up. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. So, and it like I think they like cooked it in vinegar or something. It had a really like I don't know. I'm not a big vinegar guy. I don't know about you guys, but
Well, I like vinegar.
I'm not either,
Yeah?
but those were the best green beans I've ever had.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to put vinegar on my fries. Like if you get fries at the fair, spray them with vinegar, some salt.
My mom does a vinegar chicken like barbecue that is really good, and Darla started to do that too. That's really good, but I don't know, vinegar on vegetables. No, like if you're gonna try to spice up vegetables, you better be putting some cheese on it. Like that's the only way. Like spinach and cheese, broccoli and cheese. You throw some cheese on some, man, I could eat just about anything with cheese on it.
Right. I refused to eat broccoli growing up, and I got with Stacy. She started making like broccoli with cheese on it, and I was like, I'll try it. Now I love it.
Dude, like one of my favorite things to eat is Brussels sprouts and bacon. Love it. Love it. Like Darla chop up the Brussels sprouts, throw them in the oven with some bacon sprinkled on and stuff. And dude, so good. So good.
I never had a Brussels sprout till she had them one time. She's like, "You want to try one?" I was like, "Sure." And I started eating them. Like,
how did she have them? Was it steamed or was it like baked or something like that?
it wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Okay, because like if you cut them up and you bake them in the oven and they get like crispy, like it's really good. But if you like steamed Brussels sprouts or something, dude, no, not good.
I regretted my life choices at that point. I was not a fan.
But I will take boiled cabbage with corned beef for St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah, I love cabbage.
That's the worst part. Is like every New Year she does like sauerkraut and stuff like that, and it just makes the house smell like feet, and I don't like it. I don't even want to try it just because it's a smell.
Yeah, I don't think
sauerkraut and pork is a huge Pennsylvania Dutch thing, and my stepdad every New Year's Day, it was hot dogs just in a crock pot with sauerkraut, and I wanted to push my face through a plate glass window every time New Year's Day rolled around. It was horrible.
Wow. I think I've tried sauerkraut like a couple times. Like maybe I'll give it another shot, and I've never. Yeah, it's not for me.
I love it. It's good
on
Reuben's. Well, Reuben sandwiches, they're really good on that. And then, but when I have it on New Year's, I cook it with pork and then I put it on mashed potatoes. You can just kind of mix it all together. It's good. Instant
mashed potatoes or real mashed potatoes?
Well, usually I do instant with those because nobody else is going to eat it but me.
I love instants.
But
I can't deal. I don't care if you're the best. If you're the best potato masher in the history of potato masher, there's still going to be that one little like potato bud in the mashed potato. Like I don't want that. Give me the fake stuff all day long. So
yeah, like my daughter, she doesn't like it when I make real mashed potatoes because they'll be chunks in it because I don't get it all. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I said, my hand can only mix so much.
Yep. Instant's the way to go, man. So
I don't know. I don't understand people that like cabbage because it's like you took lettuce that was fairly inoffensive and made it aggressively disgusting.
cabbage is great. I mean, I can only have it like twice a year, but it's great. So
You got to cook it with like red potatoes and ham.
yeah, you're talking. Yeah.
If you have to cook stuff with other stuff to make it better, you're just making those other things worse.
You do the same thing with cheese. You put cheese on everything.
Yeah, cheese helps hide a lot of sins, but it would have been better if it was, not broccoli.
Just cheese. It would be better if I could just drink cheese.
I didn't say drink.
Jesse got to get his cheese ratio up. So
yeah.
I'm getting hungry now. I haven't eaten all day because my stomach was hurting. And now I'm getting hungry.
My favorite to make at home is shells and cheese, like the like that little satchel of like the Kraft cheese sauce. Not the powder stuff you mix with milk and butter, but like just like the plastic cheese. And then sprinkling goldfish crackers on top.
Interesting.
And if I'm feeling super fancy and I have it in the fridge, maybe some shredded cheese on top, melted in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I would much rather have the Kraft stuff with the powdered cheese than that glob in the foil packet. Like that stuff. Yeah, that's gross.
Oh, I agree. It's 100% lazy cooking.
And
I just don't feel like washing those dishes plus the measuring cups.
Yeah.
It's like our daughter loves the glob ones. I'm like, well, no. Due
to instant mashed potatoes, apparently I'm dead to Hoth the Basher. It was bound to happen. So at least we got it out of the way. If it's instant mashed potatoes, then so be it.
Like I respect your opinion to wake up at 4 a.m. to work out, but that coupled with this just tells me like we're friends for different reasons.
Broccoli cheese casserole sounds freaking amazing.
Oh, my mom makes one too, and it is so good. She does it's broccoli and there's cheese whiz in it, and then Ritz crackers is on the top. And
yeah, they better have that at Karvar Kon.
I'll tell her to make some.
We're expecting it. So
Jesse, I don't think you're supposed to eat the packet. I think that is some sort of metal.
How are we doing on that giveaway?
I totally forgot that was happening. 35 of up to 51. Thanks, Blake. Love you too. Yeah, you're right. It does. The cheese does kind of taste like metal. I'm not saying it's lazy. Like if I have to do more than throw a pizza in the oven or melt some cheese on some hot noodles, it's too much work. What are we doing? Rolling? Are we rolling? Is that what's going on? All right. Hit the button. It's not working.
I was just texting Darla to make me mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes or instant potatoes?
Instant mashed potatoes.
All right. Spinning.
Idahoan.
I'm sorry.
That's the best brand, by the way. Idahoan. Man, she really is Lucky Sprinkles. There you go.
I never win these things.
Joe, tell us how you want Jen to contact you, or if she should message us, and we'll pass the info on to you. You let us know. But Jen, you just won a Karvar Kon t-shirt.
Woohoo!
From Brian's Karvar Customs TeePublic via Joe Martinez, aka Drow Taylor Customs.
And now, since you own the Karvar Kon shirt, it means you have to come next year too.
The cool thing is she only lives probably 30 minutes away from it. So
well, there you go.
End up being there. Yeah.
Well, she better be there. So
yeah, we didn't know that she actually lives not far from Stacey's parents.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Bryan, would you say that Stacey's mom has got it going on?
I'm sure she used to at some point.
Gotcha.
You know how many times I've heard that?
Probably a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
And that one's spelled the right way, right?
I think so.
Hmm.
I think it is.
Bowling for soup? Is that?
I think so.
Fountains of Wayne.
Oh.
No.
You sure about that, Jesse? Did you
Yes.
actually me?
No.
Oh.
I Googled it to make sure the spelling was right and the name of the band was right there.
Yes. Yep. Okay. And it's I don't think the spelling is right.
What is
Isn't
it?
Yeah, it's just a Y.
Oh, then it's not right.
Yeah. No E.
Let's not talk about my mom.
No.
So said Stacey's mom might
Yeah.
indeed have it going on. We don't know.
Yeah. Just like we're not talking about Jesse's girl.
Right.
Because it's spelled wrong. So yeah.
Have you seen that skit where someone's doing that? They're being Rick Springfield in the band.
Yeah.
And like he's like, this is a song, this is my buddy Jesse. He's on drums or on bass or whatever over here, and that's his girl, blah blah. And then he starts singing the song, and then like the player just like looks at him like, what?
They keep stopping it like after like a couple like, come on, man. Like, what? It's just a song. Like they keep going a little bit further. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Eurotrip?
It's been a long time, but yeah.
The song Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the best song.
That made me hate Matt Damon so much, though.
Yeah, he was kind of a jerk in that. But
Matt Damon.
Still a good song. Very funny.
It is a good song.
I love the
Catchy.
Bourne movies too much to hate Matt Damon. So those are great. All right. Well, we're closing in on 2 hours. Anything else that people should be aware of about Karvar? Oh, you know what? I've got one more question for you, Bryan. Are there any questions that you covered during Schmerber show that's airing on Tuesday that we can talk about now so that nobody has to watch Schmerber show on Tuesday? Or how about we twist this? How about we turn it around? What, after people have watched this, why do they want to tune into Schmerber show on Tuesday to see more about Karvar Kon?
I think that one, I would say that interview had a little bit different feel to it. So I was able to talk a little bit more in depth about the reasons why and, what it kind of means to me to do this kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh,
well, there you go, folks.
I feel
So
like
you can hear the heart of it. No, we gotta leave something for Schmerbs. We can't take it all, Jesse.
told that I feel like we just got told we're not good interviewers.
We're not really. We're just bullshit.
I gotta call Lynn. Talk about this.
I mean, we don't have any questions scripted or anything. We just kind of wing it. So, plus I love Schmerby. Schmerby's the great. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, check that out on Tuesday. That's supposed to drop. New to Mythics with Bryan. Is Stacey in it?
No.
That
there
was
you go.
just
Don't watch it, guys. Forget it. Anything else though? Anything else going on that people should know about?
Nope, not till Legion's gone for me. I don't know. I got to get started. I don't know. I haven't had the motivation since California yet to really get going again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have 2 trash bag full of pieces for pillars, though.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have you hard at work making torches or anything like that?
No, not yet. No, that's more like September.
Yeah.
When he makes me do that.
I feel like every time we talked with you guys last year, it was like
last year was a lot. Yeah, he was pushing you hard last year.
I know.
Do you ever,
Yeah.
guys? Do you ever scroll through Facebook or something and you see those ads for like Disney Plus, and it's like a person holding a tablet and they're like all smiling and happy? Normally okay, but like I see this one where it's like this one with this girl keeps holding it up and she's got this big grin on her face, and it's like Andor season 2. I'm like, that is the wrong expression for that show. Like, I love that show, but you should not be that happy.
She should
and
be
smiling
asleep,
about
is what you're saying.
it. No,
There should be like Z's coming out from her head.
I mean, clearly they just took stock photos of pictures being excited and they just swap out whatever's on the screen. But like, it's like, hey, Schindler's List. You know?
I did see a guy that was kind of talking about how Andor has kind of ruined the A New Hope for him, because like you see all these people that are like sacrificing, you know, basically their reputation, their life, their money, their everything to like make the rebellion happen. And then after the Death Star explodes, they just like put medallions around these two guys' necks that nobody, like, they've been there like a week, you know, like, you know, like most of that crowd is probably like, who the hell are these guys? Like they, you know, just showed up at the end, destroyed the Death Star, and we're recognizing them and none of the other people that led to this. So I don't know. Food for thought. So
Not really.
Yeah.
They were the last minute add-ons that had nothing to lose being put out as the targets of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else needed to keep their cover and try to, you know, stay, you know, off the radar.
I'm just saying that award ceremony could have gone a little longer, maybe recognize a few of those other folks, but you know, it's all right.
I think that person needs to get over it.
Yeah. little water farmer that joined the rebellion like 2 days before. So all right. Well, Stacey, Bryan, it's been lovely having you. We are going to put you in the back room. We're going to close out the show. If you've got to run, we totally understand it, because we know that Stacey's got to get up at like 3 a.m. to go exercise or something.
No, that's
but if not, hang out and we will be right back with you.
Thanks again.
Yep. Thanks a lot. See ya.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Next year, July, you'll be there, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's only a state away from you. Granted, it's the longest state in the history of states, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm already like 2 hours into the state, so I'm not starting from the complete eastern side.
That's true.
I mean, granted, I don't like driving on the turnpike, but I like the mountains. So like, I like the scenery on the turnpike. I just don't like the road.
Yeah, if I can go to a con and I don't have to drive through Pennsylvania, sign me up. So
clearly,
yeah,
Jolanta, California.
Yeah, Jolanta. So kind of a dual purpose thing. Like, so my biological father lives down in Atlanta, so I'm gonna go down there, hang out for a day or two, and then go up to the con and do that. So a little dual purpose kind of thing. So
very cool.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. We got a show next week.
We do, yes. Next week, we're just in a trend right now. We're bringing some couples on, because Curtis won't talk to our friends if their wives don't come with them. Actually, I believe this was Darla's suggestion, if I understand correctly.
Well, she had suggested the whole family. We wanted, you know, like everybody that's customizing. So I don't know if that's the case.
I offered that out to them.
Okay.
I don't know who all is going to show up, but I know for sure that next week we will have both G and Monica on, the Echevarias.
Because do we know any other Legions families where the husband does some customizing, the wife and one of their kids, like a trinity of customizers in the family?
Well,
I can't think of another one.
I thought, Bryan, didn't your guys' kids start doing some customs?
Oh, he did some dios. That's true.
Or
now,
dios?
Yeah.
There's some other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Anthony. Well, I guess his wife isn't doing the customs, but some of his kids have gotten into stuff. And his daughter just started too, G says. So there we go.
There you go, man. We should have the whole family on.
My whole family customizes. And by my whole family, I mean all the people that live with me here in this house, which I mean all of me.
All of you.
Well, not all of me, most of me. All right, I'm making this weird and sad. So join us next week for the Echevarias right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Sure, it will be a good time. G will not make up any stories. They will all be 100% factual, historical things.
Well, there you go. Tiny says that Logan helps her with colors on their customs. So,
okay.
Yeah. Oh, TJ Williams says his wife and kids customize. So, they're imaginary.
Wait, their customs are imaginary, or the wife and kid are imaginary? Are we in the same boat, TJ? All right.
I think you guys are. Yep.
Mark, I'm glad you think I'm a gift that keeps on giving. I don't know what I'm giving, but you can have it.
Very nice.
I feel like my air conditioner's dead. I'm very hot. I feel gross. It's
yeah, you are.
Hey, we had the Bryan and Stacey on talking about Karvar Kon coming up next summer. I know Wolf King will definitely be there. And by Wolf King, I don't know who all will be there. I 100% will be there.
We had a lot of folks. Alexander Deshaw said he'd be there. Dusty Standerford said he'd be there. Tanya said Legion's ladies will have a table. We heard the Arizona boys will be there. The Echevarias said that they would be there. So it sounds like it's going to be popping. So I'm still to be determined, but we'll see. I'm leaning towards yes. But yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Waiting for a little bit.
People, if you need to bring instant potato, macaroni, and broccoli, cheese,
or raw potatoes,
mash.
If you just peel some potatoes and have them like in a bucket of water, like sitting by the door, to where you can like crunch on them as soon as you walk in.
See, I don't get that. Like you can eat that and you can eat the instant, but if a mashed potato even has a hint of the crunchiness in it, you're out.
It should either be no crunchy or super crunchy. Can't be, we're gonna make this no crunchy, but hey, every now and then you got some crunchy. No, that doesn't work.
To be fair, I can't stand mashed potatoes. I don't like the lumps. I don't like the lumps. I know what you're talking about with lumps.
This is not only disgusting, but I don't think that this is healthy. I think you're supposed to refrigerate that if you're going to have it at all. Not,
you're probably going to get Sal and Manila at the same time.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Brian's trying feverishly to figure out how to leave the studio back there. No, so lots of good stuff. Stay tuned to Karvar Kon on Instagram, Facebook, and if you weren't Jen and didn't want a free shirt, a shirt given by Joe, head over to the TeePublic site for Karvar Customs. Karvar.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. This is not that kind of show.
And water on the wrong tube. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see that meme where it's like, you ever choke on your own spit and you like gag and choke and then you're like, excuse me, I forgot how to be alive for a second.
I do that a lot, actually. Yeah.
Yes. Blake, you'll be there with the sauerkraut. Well, I mean, good for you and everyone who wants the sauerkraut, but I'm gonna that's a hard pass for me.
This is Jesse and anybody that's riding with Jesse going to Karvar Kon next year. So they're gonna go Karen.
We should change that to we should change that to carving. No, then it just sounds like a threat.
Yeah. Like serial killers.
All right. Well, yes, join us next week for the Echevarias. Thank you, Bryan and Stacey, Lynn, for joining us tonight, talking about Karvar Kon. Curtis is going to say something now.
Yeah, sorry. Tomorrow morning, how'd they do that? Brian Burke on Art by Akerman channel. It was I had a really, really fun conversation with him. So
I think we've been fingered on shooting the shelf before.
I'm sorry. I don't think we've been
All right.
fingered on shooting the shelf before. Well, yeah. I definitely get fingered tomorrow. So
On Art Akerman.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. Curtis, thank you, sir. It's always fun hanging out with you Sunday nights. Best part of the week.
Same.
And how's it go?
What's on your shelf?
Where's videos? There it is.
I don't know.
Ew. No!